contractors during construction.
Okay.
So we can do show design, bulk work, we can turn the calcs and stamp it.
Okay.
My partner's a structural engineer in California, so just an FYI.
Perfect. Yeah, no, let's definitely get that out on the next meeting, so we can get people headed your way, because that is a big thing, you know, false work especially. I know there's a lot of new structural concrete getting done. In fact, I think it's the Silva Gates just picked up a big project down south of Gilroy connecting 101 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be doing a lot of overpass work. So awesome, man. All right, well, we are gonna jump in. Scotty texted me. He's got a training thing going on, so he can't make it today. But we will send him the recording. Gotta try to keep up. So we'll just get right into it. Chapter 9, the 5 words that create results. The 5 R's. Relax, recognize, realize, reason, and release. So since you're the new one to the group, Davis, what did you find most helpful in this chapter?
I was, to tell you the truth, I was so happy about you guys doing this book, so I got it. I bought the book on Amazon before I could talk to you. I was reading, it resonated with me a lot because I know that when I'm relaxed, meeting people, and not really just saying hello and not really wanting something from them, it produces a lot of results, right? I think sometimes when there's lack, you're not relaxed, you're not at peace. But what I liked about the book, wisdom. I was reading how wisdom wisdom knows what we need. So to be able to walk in peace and relax and let things go. If something doesn't come to you, it wasn't meant for you. There's another reason why you met somebody, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I was reading when I was talking about wisdom, how wisdom knows what we need and how to get connected with people and so forth. I was reading Proverbs and it talks about wisdom. How it said here that wisdom lives witty inventions and prudence. So I kind of found that very exciting that with wisdom, it was established from ancient times, and that she cries out among men so men can seek wisdom. So I kind of find that pretty interesting how wisdom is essential for everything that we do, right? So talking to people and being kind, being yourself, knowing that everything that you need has already been given to you in advance. So you can be more relaxed individuals. And I thought that was kind of cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It's really interesting how a lot of these books about manifestation and positive programs, there's a lot of spirituality in them, but they have gotten past the religious aspect of spirituality and just focused on the spirit, right? And it shows up really in all these different religions. The spirit's the same, right? The wisdom is the same, but the recognition of it and how to, I guess, how to practice it is different, right? And I think that that's unfortunately where people get hung up, and they go to battle over a certain set of beliefs, and they lose track of the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
So.
And then Sean, just to add something else though, because it's talking about, being positive, being helping people, right? And so when I saw when the book talked about wisdom, I went back to Proverbs, and it resonated with me too because it said that Proverbs lives with prudence, and she hates a foul mouth, like she hates iniquity, and everything that the book is talking about that. So how are we righteous with people? How do we show love, patience, kindness, right? With the intent to be an asset or help somebody else. Because if we don't operate in these wisdom, we operate out of lack. And I sense that too. When I operate out of lack, people can sense that. So then the connection is automatically broken. But when you step back and say, you know what? How can I be an asset? If they need my services, they'll call me. And when I have that attitude, things flow so beautifully. And that even goes, with my relationship with my wife and children. But if I come from that aspect, things flow so differently for me.
Right. Right. You take your will out of it. Right.
Yes.
That's cool. I think what I got most out of this is it's this creative process, right? And how we are connected to the universal mind, that we are creators, and all creation comes first in thought, right? And it was the breakdown under recognize, right? It talks about the atoms being the structures of everything, the energy, right? It's all about energy. We're all some kind of form of energy. And I heard this a couple of different times, but I looked it up yesterday. So when we think like that, we have this understanding, right? It talks about how the universe and the creative mind are functioning at a level that we just don't comprehend, right? So it talks about how the speed of the Earth, right? We're in rotation right now at 138 or 1,038 miles an hour, and that we're also orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles an hour, and then the entire solar system, as we know it, is moving through the Milky Way at 540,000 miles an hour, and then the entire galaxy is moving through space at 1.3 million miles an hour, and it's energy, right? It's energy. And they talk about early in this book that we're all energy that's having a human experience, and the power that we have is when we recognize that our connection with the universal mind is that what you plant in seeds, right? Talk about the seed, and they even talk about like you got to plant it and let it go. Like you can't keep digging it up every day, but just that all happens in our mind. Like everything that's ever been created started in the mind, right? So if you focus on what you want, what your outcome is, you plant that seed, and then you continue towards that goal, that seed will grow on its own, and those things will start coming into your life, but not if you focus on the how and try to make it happen, right? It's this dichotomy of you've got to have the goal, you got to have the vision, you've got to be able to see it, feel it, taste it, but then you also have to release it and not worry yourself with how, right? The universe and your subconscious will make the how happen, but if you interfere with the how, then you throw it out of balance, right? So it's just the transfer of energy, right? Because you can't destroy or make energy. All you're doing is transferring it from one form to another. So I thought that was pretty incredible. It talks about the same wisdom that lies deep within the mental makeup of every individual born into the world. It knows how to keep the heart beating with mathematical regularity. It heals a cut by a mysterious chemical process that man does not know how to duplicate. It heals broken bones by arranging for the outpouring of bone cement that welds bones together. Right? I mean, it's just like, you know, from conception, right? This little person's born. All of these things just happen. None of us can go and recreate that, right? But the wisdom of the world does, right? The universal mind. So just pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's the Mother Nature is like what they're discovering now with the whole delving into quantum computing is like photosynthesis. It like nature's chemical processes are quantum computing that we still don't fully understand, but now we're actually making computers that are based on code at an atomic level, and so we're starting to
Understand
to get
it.
there, and it's this huge movement, but we still we have to have all these cooling towers. It looks like this big chandelier to cool these things down so the atoms don't vibrate, but Mother Nature can decompose and create fertilizer with a leaf in dirt, and we have these huge factories to do that same thing.
Yeah.
So we're starting to realize, oh my God, this all this stuff, like you're saying, it comes down to atoms and energy.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's all being done all around us every day.
Yep.
Right? And it talks about the air, right? It's like we're all breathing the same air. It's not your air or my air. It's the same concept that, you know, these thoughts, they're not really ours. They're just passing through. And our subconscious grabs the things that proves our consciousness right. That's its job, is to make sure we are right. But the thoughts and the energy is all out there. It's just passing through, right?
Yeah, you know, Sean, you said something right now, like the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all of ours, right? So there's enough air for every human being on the planet to be able to take advantage of that gift. And that concept is also in business, that there's enough work, enough flow, enough prosperity for all of us to prosper. And when you operate from a mind of lack, like I have in the past, all that prosperity, all that air that we all breathe somehow just goes away and we see nothing, you know? So it's like the book says, keeping in mind that wisdom has already provided all that for us in a great abundance, to where we all can be loving and caring and operate out of a heart of helping other people, as opposed to like, what can I get out of it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty to go around, a life of abundance, right? And that's, you know, that's what Brandon and Grant Cardone talk about a lot, is there is no lack. The only lack you have is if you believe there's a lack. But, you know, I'm of the belief that there is plenty of work out there for everybody, and we'll actually can get more work, you know, working together towards a common goal than, you know, all of us siloed in our own worlds trying to, you know, carve our piece out of what we are thinking is a small pie, right? I mean,
Correct.
You know, there is a lack of workers, there's a lack of contractors, there's no reason right now that if you have any set of skills that you can't be, you know, busier than you can handle. So I think we're on the right track. Got anything you want to add, Gerard?
When I was reading through this, I was thinking a lot more surface level. It was funny to me because the first two stars, the relax and recognize, when I was running track and cross country in high school, forgot during which season, but there was about a month where this Indian guy was coming and running on the track after school, kind of during our practices and whatnot. And a couple of times I stopped and talked to him. Yeah, he was overseas. I think he worked for Google or something. He was coming over for some training. But he tried to teach me some of the basics of meditation. And it was kind of funny reading through this chapter and be like, oh, this whole like relax and then try to create the universal mind and recognize all the knowledge and wisdom around you and kind of try to separate all that out of yourself. That's like some of the basics of meditation this guy was teaching me, you know,
Yeah.
12 fucking years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy how a lot of this like deeper knowledge thing can come from all different areas.
Yeah, that guy, Michael, what was his name? Book I just read and the one I'm reading now.
Oh,
I can never remember his last name, but yeah, his whole book, the Surrender Experiment, right? It's all about him getting into yoga and it just kind of letting go of it, what he called the inner voice, right? That's always talking at you, right? And being able to shut that down, just listen to what the universe is trying to tell you, right? So, but it's all energy, man, and it's all thought, right? So, yeah, we could probably spend about 6 hours talking about this one chapter. There's so much in here. But I think that the focus for us has been on the creative process and the manifestation, right? And then it talks about how, you know, your subconscious, it's job to go out and prove you right. So whatever you believe, and I think, let me see if I can find that. Talks about the difference between knowing and believing, right? So belief is not the same as knowing, and it talks about it's a statement of your beliefs and knowing. You see, knowing is higher than believing. Knowing means that there is no doubt. So the knowing is deeper than the believing, right? So once you believe something, then you have to know that it's going to happen, and that's where a lot of us struggle in that doubt, right? A little doubt comes in and you start thinking, well, I mean, I believe it can happen, but I don't know it's happening. And, you know, to know that it's happening is at the point that you stay focused, you keep moving, and you know you're going to get there. And that's why you're able to not drop back and try to figure out the how. Just let the how take care of itself. So, man, it's a good book. We're going to go through it probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 more times, because I think there's a ton of information in there. And every time I don't really read the book, I listen to the book. And then I'll read it and mark it up. But every time there's something that sticks out. So, Aaron, you got anything you want to add?
I mean, the first R for me is I do like a little meditation exercise every morning, and that relax, it will really set you, because you can wake up, I mean, with constant deadlines in this industry, if there's like a lot of external pressure, and waking up and like taking a minute to just, I mean, literally it's the time to, from when I brew the coffee, I walk outside and do this little like practice every day for 4 or 5 minutes, and I feel better every time. And it's actually, they have studies of like breathing exercises actually repairing brain connections and increasing your brain function, and it's measurable. So anyone that feels like life is getting the best of them, look up 2x4 breathing on YouTube. It's pretty basic. It's way more simple than you would expect, but it can have a profound effect on you in your everyday life, and it only takes a couple minutes. Literally, just build it into your habits.
it's called 2x4 breathing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Some call it 4x4. You basically breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for a second, exhale in through the nose, out through the mouth. So in 4, hold, out 4, hold, and just do that. And then there's like, you can have mantras that you say to yourself. There's all kinds of like, oh, I breathe in, I smile as you're exhaling. There's like all these little things you can do. And then there's other stuff you can add to it and build on it. And it's pretty helpful.
Cool.
See? Just never know where the next breakthrough is going to come from.
We're always looking for that like Norco pain pill fix in Western culture where it's like, okay, I want to pop a pill and be fixed. But the whole like Chinese medicine is kind of like health through preventative measures, you know, rather than reacting to a problem once it's out of control.
I just read recently that if you feel you're having a panic attack or something serious is happening, to just take like 2 sharp in and just breathe it out of your mouth. And I think it works.
Yeah.
Just do the.
You can also just shake it out. Like this talks about flexing muscles and letting them go, like just going and shaking the tension out, because your mental stress will manifest itself physically. If you're able to identify physical signs of your body when you're stressed, like a lot of people, for me, my stomach will clench up, and you could be sitting here, you could be sitting in this room all day stressed and not realize you're like flexing your whole core, or your neck is like you know, kinked and like bent in a certain way. Your eyes, like so if you focus on those areas while you're breathing and loosen them up and try to just like let your arms hang and feel every point of tension, you can actually like direct your breath at the points of tension and loosen all that up, and then you come out of it kind of like, oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then go take a shower and end it with a little bit of cold water, and you will never be tired when
Wow.
you get to work, guaranteed.
Cool.
I'll do the
Away.
cold water thing.
Yeah, you're brave.
Fantastic. Well, Davis, I appreciate you joining the group on Wednesdays and being a part of our book club crew. And
Thank you.
do appreciate you, man. Where are you located again? You're down in like Fresno area, right?
Yeah, I'm in Stockton. So
Stockton.
we have a small pipe yard here in Stockton, and then we have inventory, and so but with the piping, we can send it anywhere to California. So I kind of like Stockton because I know a lot of people in the Bay Area and just locally. So oh, by the way, I'm going to the Santa event today, so I'll be leaving within the hour. So if anybody's there,
Okay,
find me,
cool.
we'll sit and we'll chat.
All right, awesome, man. All right, well, I appreciate everybody being here, and you know, what's our saying, Jared? Learn together and earn together.
The team that learns together earns together.
Yeah,
That's right.
So here we go. Awesome. All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.